Welcome back to Tanya for Life, everybody. Thank you so much for coming and joining us. We are going to continue with chapter 27. Before we start, let's dedicate this class to the refuah shlema of Lior bas Ahuva, Simanuta bas Ahuva, Simanuta bas Rivka, my apologies, Yaakov Yitzchak ben Asna, Malka Blima bas Ada, Yenta Shendel bas Blima, Bat Yechana bas Altasara, Batshia bat Anzela, Anzela bat Sara, Esther Tavamagia bat Chaya, Dvor bat Chaya, Sar bat Chaya, Aaron ben Chaya, Gideon ben Chaya. For the Aliyah Neshama of Deray, Yosef Asher ben Gidon, and Aziza bat Tova. And the Aliyah of Chaya Edel Basimcha. For also the Aliyah and Refuah of all of our hostages and all of Yisrael and all of our Chayalim. May Hashem protect them and make them be successful in everything they do. And may all of our enemies be eradicated. And may we experience our personal geula and also the final geula, the final redemption with Mashiach. May we all, as we learn this Torah in the merit of the Alter Rebbe, who compiled this book, may we also experience a lot of help and Yeshuas in our own lives and the lives of those we love and we care for, especially to be successful in self-mastery and unconditional, being able to give ourselves and others unconditional love while still dealing appropriately with each other and within ourselves. We'll also add for the Aliyah of Yosef Yitzchak ben Chaim Tzvi, that is Neshama should also have an Aliyah. So let's get into this. The Alter Rebbe explained there that the evil in the soul of the Beinoni remains vigorous and strong. His task is to prevent it from expressing itself in thought, speech, and action. Thus, he has no control over the occurrence of evil thoughts in his mind, but only over his acceptance or rejection of these thoughts. This is so powerful. Okay, and first of all, we're learning this so that we know where we want to go to. What's our goal? Okay, our goal is not to be tzaddikim. Our goal is to be beinonim. Once we reach the level of beinoni, let's have the goal to be a tzaddik. But first we have to understand that the Beinoni, what is this level of Beinoni? Basically, simply, it is this sentence. It is that a Beinoni has a strong animal soul. All the passions of the animal soul, whatever they're experiencing, whatever Hashem gave them the capacity for, water element, fire element, earth element, air element, trouble with patience, impatience, lustful, what else is there? Anger, resentment, frozen anger, etc., etc., snappishness, anxiety. That's all fire element. Water element. We already did water. Earth element. Heaviness, overwhelmness. The tendency to want to not exist in this world because it's too much. Slowness, depression, sadness, melancholy, pressure, heavy pressure, feeling overburdened. And the imagination being used for negative or ways that are not encouraging or helpful to you in your life. So that's earth elements and air elements for expression of self, using the speech, the faculty of speech for an unrefined purpose, whether it's mundane, idle chatter or it's negative and harmful chatter. So all of this, us normal people, will experience some things more than others. And a lot of the time we act on this, we continue these thoughts and we continue giving expression to all of these negative character traits that exist within us, within our animal soul that pumps throughout our blood and all of that. So what is important for us to know. A lot of us think that we have no control of this is who we are. I've heard some people say, this is how I am. I can't change, da 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 da. Reality is, our goal is to be like the Beinoni who has all of the same issues that we have, sometimes way more, like can even have way stronger of an urge than us, but they refuse to entertain it and they stop it right there. The urges come up, but they understand that they have free choice. And that's something we all have. Deep down, we all have free choice. If we're going to continue acting or thinking or speaking in this way, which is from all of our unrefined character traits that just come up, or we can choose to switch, to let it go and switch to somewhere else and not allow this thought or speech or action to continue, right? And that is like being the Beinoni. So that a Beinoni, in fact, a Beinoni will never act or speak in a way that's unrefined, and following the passions of his animal soul, because it all exists first in the evil thoughts, in the thoughts that want to go there. So immediately, let's say, for example, there's a reaction. You can think of, something that happened to you recently that has been really hard and you're struggling with it, right? Whether it was interacting with another person or something within yourself that you can't get rid of these invasive thoughts. So whatever it is, what comes up for you might be, or what may have come up for a person could have been, an immediate desire to react, and to, whether that's to react by being all in the head and thinking of a million reasons, etc., thinking of a million different scenarios, etc., or trying to justify within your head. So all of this mind games, that's all the earth element. In your mind, you want to, your first initial reaction is to throw a tantrum and get angry. So that's from the air element, the fire element. If your first reaction was to verbally shoot back at them, that's the from the air element. If your first reaction, if you want to just numb out, not deal with it and go do something pleasurable, that's the water element, like to eat over your feelings, etc. So Beinoni has all of this, but where we probably would go and do those things, he doesn't, and he doesn't allow it to take control over him. He has self-mastery. That is the Beinoni, self-mastery, that he has all of these things that come up for him, but he doesn't continue the thought in his mind, doesn't give space to it, and so it doesn't have control over him. And as we were saying, I think in last class, and I've said it many times over the past couple of weeks, this amazing story. So that the Beinoni is the man, the owner of the home, who refuses to open the door to just anybody, no matter what. Even if a person was standing outside in the snow all night, can suffer and suffer all night because he's not opening the door to allow him to enter his house, doesn't matter. That's not his problem. That is the Beinoni. The Beinoni doesn't care about, he's very careful with who he allows to enter his mind, to enter his home. Okay? That's what we want to be like. We don't want to have to think about the negative thoughts, etc. We are very clear with what we want, and we know what we want because we're doing our davening, we're doing our Torah learning, we're doing our Hippolytus. So we have clarity. We're gaining more and more clarity as time comes by inputting Hashem's seichel, Hashem's way of seeing things through the Torah that we're learning and resonating with specifically for this stuff that we want to work on. And so that's where we're getting our clarity from. And we're purging out. We're purging out all of the excesses, all of the things that are confusing us. So all of the animal character traits that are pumping through our blood, we're purging through this process of davening and reconnecting with Hashem and Torah learning and Hippolytus. So all of this is really powerful. And then add on to that through our actions, through our wanting to glorify and sanctify Hashem, rather than wanting to sanctify ourselves. So all of this helps to purge all of the, and cleans our blood of these unholy character traits and passions of our animal soul. And this is how the Beinoni lives his life. We try to do it more and more and more, and we will get there. B'ezras Hashem, we can all work to become a Beinoni. It is possible. And it's possible to be to have reached the area of Beinoni in some things and not others. So we have to do it all the time. We're working, we're always growing. Hashem is so kind that we can always work and grow. We're not standstill. And so this is what we should know. We should know that no, we are not there yet, but this is where we want to be. So let's more and more have vitamin B5 moments where we're going to be a Beinoni in this moment for 5 seconds. So I will switch my thought. I will shut my door. I will not let enter all these thoughts that want to give rise to negative character traits. And then after 5 minutes, let them in. If that's what you want to do, fine. But at least for 5 minutes, just have that boundary for yourself. And the more you exercise it, the more you'll see this is who you really are. This is where you really want to be. And you'll have that experience within your body of what it feels like when you are acting as a Beinoni. And you will get there more and more through your davening, through your Torah learning, through your talking to Hashem, through your wanting to sanctify Hashem. So all of this is important for us to know. So now we're learning how to be a Beinoni. With every repulsion of this thought